There's guys out there who will overthink every little thing. They're judgmental of themselves and others. They're pessimistic. And let's say they're going out and like talking to a girl. They're all up in their head. Oh, what should I say next? What am I going to do next? And their whole life is absolutely riddled with anxiety, even outside of dating. Whereas there's other guys out there who take a deep breath, who say fuck perfection, and they put themselves out there completely. They're not judgmental. They're optimistic, and they enjoy life a lot more. I'll talk about what I think is the difference here. I was like the former guy for a long time, for most of my life. And I've been able to make a change, and I'm going to share today how I did it. Without further ado, let's dive into it. All right, I remember clearly when I first got into self improvement. I got into self improvement for the same reason that a lot of guys get into self improvement, which is to improve my dating life. So I went out on this venture to improve my dating life. And before I'd go out and say talk to girls, I'd be looking up online, how to talk to girls, techniques, and all these things, right? And I'd look at these forums and YouTube videos. And then I'd go out and try to apply it. So say I go up and talk to a girl, in my head I'd be like, oh, now I gotta have like the alpha body language, bro, and now I gotta do this technique, bro, and that technique, bro, and this is like all going through in my head, right? And let's say it worked, like for argument's sake, let's say it worked. Let's say there was a second date. Let's say there was a relationship. None of it was enjoyable. Even if there was a second date, now I'm in my head, oh, the technique worked, bro. So she likes me so far. I hope she keeps liking me now. Now, what do I have to do next? And this was going on in my head again and again and again. Whereas dating should be like this enjoyable experience where you genuinely connect with someone. It was not that for me. It was straight stress, right? And these techniques, make no mistake about it, these techniques were just masks I was putting on to hide my true self. To hide my true self. Because guess what happened if I got rejected? I could very easily just blame the technique. Oh, I got rejected because my body language wasn't alpha enough, bro. If my body language was more alpha, I wouldn't have gotten rejected. But next time I'll have more alpha body language, bro. You know? And again, dating felt like the stressful experience where I couldn't just take these masks off and reveal my true self and build a genuine connection with someone. And again, I got into self improvement as far as my background was I had like basically no dating life, non existent dating life. Even before self improvement, I was like this chubby kid playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 all day, like yelling at my TV. That was me. And all throughout elementary school, high school, college, I was constantly trying to fit in with the cool kids, never could. I was constantly trying to improve my dating life, get girls, didn't really have too much success there. And this is what drove me to get into self improvement. Now, this also leads me to the first point that I'm trying to make. This mentality change has done so much for me in terms of like positive change that I've spent most of my self improvement life fighting this. But let me dive into it first, and then we'll talk about it a little. Okay. So the point I'm making here is, fuck perfection. You are an imperfect human being. I've tried to hold on to this like standard of perfection for most of my self improvement journey, and I've been on self improvement for like 5 years now almost. And I'm telling you, it's done a lot more harm than it has done good. So truly, if there's nothing else you take away from this video, I hope you take this away. Stop striving for the standard of perfection. It doesn't exist. You are imperfect. I am imperfect, as is every other human being out there, right? Saying you want to strive for perfection is like saying you want to go to the planet of apes. Like, it doesn't exist, bro. Like, where are you trying to go? So again, fuck perfection. Put that to the side, right? Now, part of the issue here is like these techniques or gurus online say, oh, top 5 ways never to get rejected. Buy my ebook on never to get rejected. Do these tips to never get rejected. And they take that thought, throw it out the window. All right, we don't listen to those people, right? Again, they're putting the standard on us about how things should be when it's just straight up false. With any venture in life, when you try to improve, you will come across failures. It's just a part of the process. So rejection is going to happen. That's just facts, right? And I'll leave it at that. Well, the next thing I remember is that even, I was sitting on the couch, right? So I'm sitting on the couch and my mom is sitting across from me. And this constant anxiety and oh, what should I say next? What should I say next? This thinking, it was even there when I was talking to my own mother, right? That's the point of overthinking that I was at, right? The striving for perfection that I was at. Because I was like, even in my social skills, I got to say the perfect thing. Even when talking to just a family member who I should be there trying to genuinely connect with, having a genuine conversation with, I was still all up in my head overthinking, right? Now, here's something. I want you to repeat this after me, right? I really do want you to repeat this after me. I wrote it down because that's how important I feel it is. You 100% will say dumb shit, right? Like, that's what part of me was trying to avoid there. It's like, oh, I gotta always say the perfect thing. Gotta always seem alpha. Gotta always seem like the man, you know? Like, no, you 100% will say dumb things, okay? You will, regardless of what venture you're going on in life, you will mess up. And it couldn't be more okay. Failure is where the progress is, make no mistake about it, right? You will mess up. You will not be perfect. Again, it goes back to the perfection thing. You will not be perfect, and that is A-okay. All right? Now, next thing I remember, I was sitting on this hilltop, right? And I was laying down with this girl. So, a girl's beside me. I'm laying down. And I remember my legs shaking like crazy. Like, it would not stop shaking. And she's like looking at me. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, I'm just cold. And like, I laughed it off. But what it actually was I struggle with anxiety. I've struggled with it all my life. Excuse me. I struggle with it less now than I did before. But the point being, I still struggle with it. Jeez, sorry about that. I still struggle with it. So that's what was happening at that point. Now, 2 points I want to make here. One, with who I am now, I would have been comfortable just saying, yeah, you know, I'm anxious right now. I don't feel the need to hide any aspect of myself anymore, right? And it's not like you know, I still don't struggle with it. There's still obviously that resistance, but I'm able to overcome that and then just say what's truly on my mind, how I really feel. Because frankly, I know I'm not like this. Oh, some alpha male who never gets anxiety, never gets you know, any form of anxiety, bro. Like, I'm just always ready, always feeling 100%. You know, that's not me. So I'm okay with putting myself out there completely and in a vulnerable way. Because if someone doesn't like me for that, frankly, it's probably for the better that we don't associate with each other, right? I want to be with someone who accepts me for who I am, warts and all. But the second point I want to make here is, as I was laying down with that girl, there were still negative thoughts going on in my mind. Oh, she seems, it looks like she likes me so far. I hope she keeps liking me on all this. And all this was circling around in my head. And one of the realizations that I've come to recently is, with these negative thoughts, it's kind of okay to try to trace the origin, so to speak. I realized, as I was talking to someone who I looked up to as a kid, right? I was talking to them recently, and I realized that they are a very pessimistic, very negative person. And then I started to make that connection that these thoughts that are going on in my mind, because I looked up to this person so much as a kid, these thoughts that are going on in my mind aren't even mine. I could literally, as these thoughts go on, I could see how similar they sounded to how this person thinks. And like, think about it, dude. Like, I'm not trying to get too spiritual here, right? But you came into this world as like this blank slate, like this kid, right? Which is just like the kid knows nothing, nothing positive, nothing negative. And as your self-image is being built in those formative years, you're looking out around people around you, right? Some people you look up to. As like, hey, how does this world work? What is my place in this world exactly, and such things, right? And I'm not. Let me be also very clear about something. I don't have any anger, any hate, any sort of negative emotion towards that person. They gave me the best advice they could have given me with how they knew the world worked. And frankly, that pessimistic mindset was probably passed down to them from their parents. So I don't blame them. I have no anger towards them. But after recognizing that pattern, I'm able to recognize that that thought pattern is not mine. And there's no reason for me to associate with it. I didn't come into this world like a worthless person. You know, that's how my mind is sometimes. Oh, I'm worthless. I have no self-esteem. And all. This is how my mind is. But I didn't come into the world like this. I was just a blank slate. I was a freaking kid, man. You know? So just trace those thoughts back, and I think you'd be surprised at where they really come from. And once you recognize that, hey, that's not even my own train of thought, I find it's a lot easier to kind of disassociate from it. And that's something else that's helped me. So part of the issue here also is, in the self-improvement space, there's this mentality, oh, you just gotta grind, bro. Well, mental health is soft, bro. It's like, oh, you went to therapy? Talk therapy is crap, bro. Like, take that, throw it out the window. All right. I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying talk therapy is good. I didn't get a lot of benefit from talk therapy. I got a little bit of a benefit, not too much. But the point I'm making is, with my improvement on the mental health side, I've seen direct and huge improvements on every other aspect of my life. So to act like taking care of mental health is soft, to act like taking care of mental health is not important, is just ridiculous. We're on this path of self-improvement, and I can tell you 100% improving my mental state has helped me in every other aspect of self-improvement you can think of. So improving your mental health, in my opinion, should be one of the biggest priorities. when it comes to self-improvement. All right. And again, these people are putting the standard on us, acting like this thing is true when it's just not. Take care of your mental health and watch how it directly improves other areas of your life. All right. Now I just want to end this video off by saying, hey, be kind to yourself throughout this process. And seriously, fuck perfection. Again, my background was like I was trying to improve my dating life. Had nothing going on in my dating life. I was trying to fit in with like the cool kids, could never quite fit in, right? And I was just in this constant state of trying to be someone I'm not, trying to hide away behind mask on mask on mask on mask, living in a constant state of like anxiety and overthinking. And by letting go of perfection, by tracing back where my negative thoughts really come from, by flipping them into more positive ones, I've been able to come to a much better mental state, right? So I hope at least some of the information I've shared here will be helpful to you. And I think that's truly all I have to say on that matter. Like, be kind to yourself throughout this process. I understand it's not an easy journey. At times it can be very tough, especially again if you're more of the cynical type of person that I was. You find it easy to fall into judgment of yourself and others. It can be a very difficult journey. But be kind to yourself throughout it. I believe in you, but what I believe doesn't matter. Frankly, what you believe matters. So I hope you believe in yourself too. All right. Now I just want you to imagine for a second. Imagine you take this advice, you run with it, and your dating life is improving day by day by day because you put yourself out there a lot more. You're okay with rejection. And yes, sometimes rejection comes and it stings, but also with every single, more people you talk to, you're also increasing the probability of finding those people who you truly enjoy spending time with. I want you to imagine your social life is improving day by day by day because, again, you're not striving for some ridiculous standard of perfection and you put yourself out there constantly, warts and all. I want you to imagine that you're finally pursuing those things you always wanted to pursue, but you were too scared to because you were worried about like judgment and such things. Maybe it was something like boxing, right? That's what it was for me. But you're too scared to step into the ring and fight because, oh, well, what if I get my ass beaten and everyone is watching? But you're not scared of that anymore because, again, you're not striving for some ridiculous standard of perfection. And your life is improving day by day. Your self-esteem is going up day by day. Your dating life is improving. Your social life is improving. And most importantly, your confidence in yourself is improving every single day. Imagine that. And that's the path you're on. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. Ultimately, I want this to be our positive little community where we help each other, support each other, and help each other get to the next level in life. So please come join the community. I'll leave my Instagram, TikTok somewhere here. Please do support there as well. Please do like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Peace.